Hey, what's up guys? This is Darkarm Duelist, and today I'm going to be taking an update video of my Harpies. Now I've really been anticipating this deck profile because I think it's going to do pretty good when Link Summoning comes out, because you don't really need to make a lot of stuff in the extra deck except for, Phantasmal and maybe the one or two toolbox cards here and there. So it really does work out to play Harpies in the next format. So without further ado, let's get on right into it. And with Hysteric Party in the deck, you can kind of get into the Link Summoning aspect too. So let's start off with 3 copies of Harpy Channeler, the beautiful, beautiful Harpy Channeler. Harpy Channeler's effect is that you can discard 1 Harpy card, which means Hunting Grounds or anything like that works too. You can special summon 1 Harpy monster from your deck, which is awesome. You're usually going to go for Harpist off of this effect. Once you do special summon that other monster, you can overlay with it, which is really, really nice. The other thing that you have to keep in mind is if you control a Dragon-type monster, it becomes a level 7. She becomes a level 7. So that's something to be conscious of. Also, she counts as a Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard, which is nice. Then we play 3 copies of Harpy Lady Queen. Now, basically her effect is that you're going to ditch her from your hand to add your Harpy's Hunting Ground from your deck to your hand. And also, she counts as a Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. Now, a lot of people are going to give me some controversy about this and going to give me some problems about this, but I actually play 3 Cyber Harpy Ladies. If you don't want to play 3 Cyber Harpy Ladies and you want to play 2 Harpy Lady 1s or a Harpy Lady, just Harpy Lady 1. You don't really want to play 2 or 3, they kind of suck. But if you want to play Harpy Lady 1, drop 2 of these and play them. She is always treated as a Harpy Lady. Fun fact about Harpy Lady, Cyber Harpy Lady, she is the only effect monster, technically, without an effect. It's a condition that she is actually called Harpy, a Cyber Harpy Lady. So she's very, very unique that way. Then I play 3 copies of Harpy Harpist. Harpy Harpist is a very, very unique card because she has 2 effects. Her first condition is that she's always treated as Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. Her first effect is that when she's normal summoned, I can target another Winged Beast monster that's a wind monster, or excuse me, just a Winged Beast monster. I control, return it to my hand, and then target one face-up monster my opponent controls, and return it to their hand. So basically it's like a walking compulsory evacuation device, which is nice. And during the end phase, if she's sent to she's in the graveyard because she was sent there this turn from anywhere, you get to add 1 level 4 Winged Beast monster with 1500 attack or less from your deck to your hand, which is nice. She's kind of like that Skarm effect. So that's why you always go for her off of your channelers. Because if you ditch a Harpy card and then special summon out Harpist, then you can automatically get another search, which can be your next channeler for your next play. Then I play 3 copies of Harpy Dancer. The reason I play 3 Dancer is because some people play 2. I like 3 because you can, when you have her on the field, once per turn, you can target a wind monster you control and return it to the hand and then normal summon another wind monster, which is nice. She gives you an additional normal summon by bouncing 1 to the hand. Even herself, which combos off with your Hunting Ground, making it so you can pop 2 spell and trap cards on the field at a time if you have Hunting Ground, which is nice. Then, because Harpies don't have a lot of main deck monsters, they only have, I believe it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I want a little bit more oomph to the deck, so I added in 2 Fire Hands and 2 Ice Hands. Now, these actually do work very well in the deck. You would think that they would be a little rough in the deck, but they actually work really well, and you ought to test it out if you're going to play Harpies. The reason I play Fire and Ice Hand in this deck is because they don't have a lot of monster popping abilities. That's usually left for the extra deck. And with this, if you have a Fire Hand on field, your opponent's going to be like, well, hell, do I attack it and lose a monster? Or do I leave it and I save a monster? It's one of those, should I kind of moments. What are the risks? So that's why I play 2 Fire and Ice Hands each. And that's it for the monsters. Not a whole hell of a lot of monsters in the deck. We only play 19 in this deck. So let's get into the spells. So we play 1 copy of Elegant Egotist because it's searchable in this deck, and it lets you special summon out a Harpy monster, which lets us go into those triple rank 3s, which is nice, like, what's his name? Phantasmal Dragon. God, his name is evading me. Then we play Also, a copy of Raigeki and a copy of Soul Charge, because you just need that little, like I said, you need to pop a little bit. The reason I'm playing Soul Charge is because you don't always have your party in your hand, and you might want to just get back one, and you don't want to discard something. So that's why I play one Soul Charge. Then I play 3 copies of Hysteric Sign, because it's not a Harpy deck without 3 Hysteric Signs. Hysteric Sign is when you activate it, you can add an Elegant Egotist to your hand, which is super, super nice. And if it's destroyed, then you can add up to 3 Harpy cards with different names to your hand, but you can't activate the adding the Hysteric Sign the same turn you add the 3 Harpies. You can only do one or the other effect. Keep that in mind. Then finally, for the last 3 spells, I play 3 Harpy's Hunting Grounds. Let me center these up for you guys. Harpy's Hunting Ground, every time you normal summon a Harpy or special summon a Harpy, well, anytime a Harpy is normal or special summon, you can destroy 1 spell or trap on the field, anywhere on the field. So you can actually pop your own Hysteric Sign to add 3 at the end phase, which is really, really nice. Also, when you destroy, or not when you destroy, but every winged beast monster on the field gains 200 additional attack, which is pretty nice. I mean, they get a little bit bigger. What's her name? Queen comes out at 21 when you just normal summon her with this. That's it for the spells. Let's get right on the traps. We're moving right on in this deck profile. I guess I played it for so long, it's easy to explain. We play 1 copy of Bottomless Trap Hole, because it's a little bit of monster negation. And speaking of monster negation, we're going to play the Solemn Brigade, which is Solemn Warning and his 2 brothers, Solemn Strike, which I'm still proxying. Then for a little bit of stopping my opponent from attacking, I'm going to play 2 copies of Storming Mirror Force. Storming Mirror Force, when they attack, it sends the monsters back to deck, and just with the wind kind of plays, you know, this deck plays with wind, and they're all wind monsters, I just found it fitting to play Storming Mirror Force in here. Then for the new card, we're going to play 3 copies of Harpy's Feather Storm. Now, this is an amazing card. Amazing. If you control a wind winged beast type monster, until the end phase of the turn, negate any monster effect your opponent activates. Anywhere. That means, you know, monsters in the hand, monsters on the field, monsters in the graveyard, monsters that are banished, any of them. Negate them if they activate. Now, continuous effects like Vanity's Fiend and stuff like that, that's still okay because it doesn't activate. It's a condition. But if you control a Harpy monster, you can activate this card from your hand, which is amazing. Now, the other effect you can't apply right now because Harpy's Feather Duster is banned, so we're not even going to worry about that. It's just if it's destroyed, you can add Harpy's Feather Duster from your deck to your hand, but Harpy's Feather Duster is currently banned, so we can't even do that yet. And the final 3 cards for the main deck is 3 copies of Hysteric Party. Now, Hysteric Party is a massive blowout card. If you're going to win fast, you need to draw your Hysteric Party. Hysteric Party's effect is that you can activate it by discarding 1 card from your hand, and then you special summon as many Harpies from the graveyard as possible. Now, this is why I think that you're going to love this deck when it comes to link summoning, is because with this deck, you can play Hysteric Party, special summon 5, go into a Firewall Dragon or anything that you need automatically. Just like mid-game, you just go into any of your link monsters that you just want to go into with Hysteric Party. And that's why it's amazing. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. And like I said, you don't even really need that many extra deck monsters. And it's kind of one of those toolbox things that you just grab the one that you need at the moment. So we're going to start off by playing 2 Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. This card is amazing, and I can't tell you how many times my fiance Savannah has killed me with it, because this is her favorite deck. It takes 3 level 4 wind monsters, so it's specific really to Harpies that you're going to make this. And this, it can only be applied, its effects can only be applied while it has materials on it. And this card can attack your opponent directly. So if it has, you know, you can deal your opponent up to 6,000 damage if they can't get rid of it. Because it cannot be destroyed, or excuse me, your opponent cannot target Harpy monsters for attacks or with effects. So it can't be attacked. It's like it's missed on the field. Like, it can't be targeted at all. So it's amazing. But the drawback of the card is that during the end phase, you have to detach 1 card from it. Then we play the Utopia engine, which I actually forgot to grab Utopia. This is actually, imagine this is Utopia. I didn't mean to grab this, or excuse me, that. Imagine that is Utopia. This is Utopia Beyond, or Utopia Prime, and then that's Lightning. This is supposed to be a regular old Utopia. I accidentally grabbed the wrong card. But that's okay. But this is the Utopia engine. Remember, just a number 39, not, that. Then we play one Crooked Cook because he blows up the entire board. He can blow up the board and gain big attack points fast, so he destroys your Hysteric Sign to get you those 3 Harpies. 101 because we like to steal stuff. Ice Beast is like a walking skill drain for any Wing Beast deck that's level 4, which is basically Black Wings, Raid Raptors in this deck. And once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ from this card to negate the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. And if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each additional face-up card on the field, which is amazing. It can get so damn big. It's so damn big. Because you got to think, you have 10 monster spaces on the field. You have 10 spell and trap cards on the field at a time that could be face-up. And you have a field spell zone, and now you have an extra monster zone too. So that's 24 spaces, 24 times 3. Think about that. 24 times 3 if you have every single card face up on the field, which is not going to happen very often. Then we play 1 copy of Heartland Draco because it can attack your opponent if you control a face-up spell or trap card. 1 Castel because it spins stuff. 1 copy of Giant Hand because it negates stuff. 1 Lightning Chidori because it's a wind deck. 1 copy of Daigusto Emerald because it lets us grab our channelers and our important monsters, put them back to deck, and then use them again. 1 Abyss Dweller to shut down Graveyard, and finally 1 Blade Burner Falcon. Blade Burner Falcon is super easy to make. It just takes 2 Wing Beast monsters, and if it is on the field and you have your opponent's life points are at least 3,000 higher than yours, you can make this card gain 3,000 attack to make it be a 4K beater, which is a freaking amazing. And you can detach any number of XYZ materials, target that number exactly of monster your opponent controls, and destroy them. So it's an awesome, awesome card. But that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join Dark Armed Alliance down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to play Harpies, guys. See you later.